Hello, this is Chaoming Hu. This is my Databricks project demo video. And this is my GitHub repo. So in this navigation, you can see I made this project in two ways. One is advanced DLT pipeline, and the other is basic manual pipeline. And this video will focus on the advanced one. Let's take a look at the raw data here. We ingest this data in browse layer, and you can see everything here is just candlestick data. This is very common in stock market. And the final product is a gold table, and like this, you can see the target variable is 60 days profitable. So, and you can see there are false, true, Boolean variable. So this is a machine learning ready table for further machine learning work to do, right? And what is MVRH? Basically, it's monthly volume record high. We do a lot of calculation in silver layer to calculate MVRH and MVRH related features. All right, so that's it. And the first part, I will run through the process. So let's do it. We do this project in medallion architecture with Databricks DLT pipeline, also known as Lakeflow Declarative pipeline. And we put the raw data in Azure Data Lake Storage Gen 2 and ingest it into browse layer. And in the silver layer, we do a lot main calculation. And in gold layer, we do a lot complex joins to generate the final result. And let's run through the pipeline. Let's check the storage first. In the storage, we have two folders, daily and monthly. In daily, you can see there are already data in Pocket format from 2010 to 2023. And also in monthly, we do have the same naming logic. And you can see the pipeline. Let's check the settings. In the setting, we can see we have two notebooks here. One is in SQL and the other one is in Python. This is not a best practice, but I split it into two notebooks for learning purpose. And you can see I do this in continuous mode. So let's see what happened. Good. Now Databricks create the dependency automatically in a DLT pipelines. And you can see this is the written records, which by definition, one record is one row. So you can see we have more rows in daily data and fewer rows in monthly data. That is making sense. And you can see the spinning. It means it's working, but not yet done. You can see we have expectations here. Basically, what it does is quality control. So you can see non-null fields and positive price and volume. So everything here is 0%. So we don't have, everything is just passed. And now we can see everything is done, completed. The final gold table is completed. So let's check the results. Let's run all the queries. Select browse daily. Good. And you can see the rescue column here. I will introduce this later. And browse monthly. and silver daily, silver monthly with MVRH, and the gold table. Okay. Okay, good. Everything is fine. And one thing I want to check first is, you can see the the latest records is 2023 October, right? So now we will put our new data into the Azure storage. So what we do, basically, we do these scripts, and let's see what happened. You can see, because this is continuous mode, so these two browse table keep spinning. You can see the little mark here, keep spinning. So what happened if we put those data? You can see it's uploaded successfully. So let's watch what happened. Okay, I think it's completed. Because you can see the written records became more, right, than before. So let's check it again. What's the latest records here? As we can remember, the previous latest records is 2023 October. What now? Now is 2025 May, right? So everything is done incrementally. All right. So this is power of the DLT pipeline. And now let's stop the pipeline. And the second part I want to discuss with you is the obstacles during development, because now you can see everything is just beautiful. But when I developed this, I encountered many issues. The first one is autoloader handles. How autoloader handles schema changes. You can see in this project we are dealing with TSMC data prices, and TSMC basically in Taiwan stock market, the stock number is 2330, and you can see the price is high right now. It's more than 1,000. So let's check the price. You can't find any decimal number in the price, right? In recent years, but so many years ago, you can see there are decimal numbers. For example, in 2019, this is decimal numbers, right? So many years ago, there are decimal numbers. So if you don't do any settings when you extract data at the first place, if you don't do the schema, if you don't set the data type, then you might save your Pocket file by whatever tools you use, and they might automatically set the data type as integer or double or float. Anyway, at the same time, and the autoloader in the DLT pipeline will detect those schema changes. And what happened when it detects those schema changes is, you can see in browse layer, there is a column created by autoloader, and the data with changed schema will be put here. And what about the original columns? They will become null, and you don't want no number. You don't want no number here, right? Because the API we use to extract the raw data is a mature business product to download the stock price, and they are already clean enough. You don't want to bother to make it to mess it up. All right. So this is the first issue I want to discuss with you. The second one is notebook's main language. Generally in Databricks we can use several languages in one notebook, but when you use DLT pipeline, you can only choose one language for one notebook. So you have to set up the main language for each notebook. All right. And the third one I want to discuss with you is DLT distributed computation. And I think the shuffling is the main reason I want to discuss this with you, because you can see in the silver layer, we calculate these two things. And what is this two? This two is 60 days future highest return percentage. All right, and this is 60-day future lowest return percentage. And for this calculation, the logic is sensitive to orders of data, right? But in DLT, everything is Spark, so everything is distributed computation. So they do shuffling, so they will mess up the order, the original order. So you can see in the code, in the source code. I use row ID to solve this, to fix this, and they are the overall logic here. And this is nothing special, right? This is nothing special. We just use PySpark to deal with this. But why I want to discuss this with you is, at the first place, I deal with this in pandas, and with the same logic, and I can't fix the order by pandas. So maybe you can try to find a best way to fix this in pandas, but I failed. So what I learned is just use PySpark, because DLT is PySpark engines, right? So why don't we use PySpark here as a best match, right? Why bother we use pandas? So that's it. That's what I learned in this project. I hope you have takeaways from this. Thank you.